Meshtastic, Meshcore, Reticulum, and ATAC. What are all these things? How do they work together? Are they in competition with one another? And if so, how? And if not, what are the features of each one? And what should we be using where? Let's check this out. So imagine as a disaster knocks out all cellular networks, maybe it knocks out the internet, maybe it knocks out the power where you are. How are you going to communicate with your teams in times of disaster in a decentralized and off-grid communications method? Besides ham radio, which we know ham radio is going to be working 95% of the time anyway, okay? But it's not the only solution out there, and this Meshtastic thing is really taken off. I'm really enjoying learning more about these different systems. Most people have heard of Meshtastic. There's a newcomer on the scene called Meshcore. I had a comment in one of my recent Meshtastic videos saying you need to look at Reticulum. And of course, ATAC is the Android version of TAC. TAK is Team Awareness Kit. So ATAC is the Android Team Awareness Kit. There are other versions of Team Awareness Kit for different operating systems and whatnot. I think there's one for iOS too, but we're going to focus on ATAC today because I'm an Android user. So how do all these systems work together, or do they work together? Does one replace the other? Who knows? I'm going to give you a high-level breakdown of each one, and I would like to know from you guys who uses ATAC. I'm really starting to read more on ATAC and get more information on ATAC because it's a system I really like. And if anyone is an expert or a trainer of ATAC, I want to talk to you. Shoot me an email, kc5hwb@gmail.com, and let's get together and talk about some stuff. Come on. So Meshtastic and Meshcore are LoRa-based messaging apps that work on iOS and Android and even Windows. You can use them over Bluetooth. You can use them over Wi-Fi. Reticulum is a flexible networking stack, and ATAC is an integration app for mapping and for communications both. So why am I comparing these tools? They're not all the same thing. So it's not like, hey, we're going to reflash all of our Meshtastic devices and only use Reticulum, or we're going to go with ATAC and we're not going to use Meshtastic. They overlap in off-grid communications tools, but they differ in design, scalability, and integration, especially for licensed ham radio operators needing encryption toggles. Generally speaking, some of this might kind of dive into ham radio, but I turn my ham radio option off in Meshtastic because I want to work within the encrypted side of comms, and I don't want to isolate myself and not be able to talk to other people. So I don't generally use the ham radio portion of these tools. So let's talk about Meshtastic first. Now, I've done a few Meshtastic videos on this channel. I'm starting to get more into Meshcore. I got some comments about Meshcore here in a minute. But Meshtastic is an open-source firmware, an app for creating LoRa-based mesh networks on pretty inexpensive hardware like a Heltec board, LilyGo boards, and stuff like that. There's also some plug-and-play pieces that I'm going to talk about here later in this video. It was started in 2019 by enthusiasts for outdoor adventures, exploded in popularity during the 2020s for preppers and for ham radio operators, honestly. And by 2026, it supports thousands of nodes worldwide with MQTT gateways for internet bridging. So I learned something new about MQTT last week, and we're going to be talking about that in a new episode soon. We're not going to talk about MQTT today. Long story short, MQTT takes these off-grid communications devices and connects them to the internet. Why would you want to do that? That's a very good question. But I think I found a scenario where you might actually want to do that. Again, new video next time. Meshtastic uses a flooding model. Every node rebroadcasts messages for redundancy. It has end-to-end encryption, but if you turn on ham mode, it disables it. The range is about 1 to 10 plus kilometers per hop, depending on terrain and antennas. The age-old question of how far will it go? Depends on elevation, depends on terrain, depends on line of sight. It has Android and iOS apps for chat, maps, and it integrates with an ATAC via a plugin. It's generally a low-cost solution. Simple setup, great for sparse areas, but prone to congestion in dense meshes. Can we say Hamvention 2024? Moving on. I've got a few videos on this channel about setting up Meshtastic and flashing some stuff and what's a good device to get started with, so you can check those out on this channel. I've done several videos about it on this channel. Now, Meshcore. It is newer on the scene, and from what I understand, it was started as a response to folks being a part of the Meshtastic group, but saying, hey, we want to add all these features in Meshtastic. They didn't want to. And I think basically it was started by Andy Kirby out of the UK, or he had a big hand in it maybe. I'm not sure exactly, but the history there. But Meshcore differs in several different areas, and depending on where you are and what you're trying to do, Meshcore might be better or Meshtastic might be better. So let's look at those. Meshcore is a newer open source mesh radio system. It was launched in 2025. It still uses LoRa hardware for secure decentralized comms. It was developed developed in the UK as an alternative to Meshtastic, focusing on reliability for emergency response, IoT, and tactical use. Instead of using a flooding model, it uses a repeater model. One of the things about Meshtastic I never liked is that you can set up your node as a client, a router, or a repeater, and they all kind of basically do the same thing. One of those, I think it's the router that doesn't announce itself. All it does is rebroadcast. But the repeater in Meshcore works more like a repeater like you and I would think of a repeater, like an APRS digipeater or a WinLink gateway or something like that without the internet involved. But a repeater in Meshcore is actually much more useful as an actual repeater than a repeater in Meshtastic. So it uses a repeater model, only designated nodes rebroadcast, clients listen passively, so this reduces network chatter. It does use encryption, strong but easy to toggle off for ham operators. Again, this is probably not something I would use. The range is comparable to Meshtastic. Kilometer scale hops, supports web-based flashing and browser clients that works offline. Web-based and Android apps are available, emphasizes IoT integration. It does have an iOS app as well. Just about all of your Meshtastic hardware boards are compatible with Meshcore. Pros and cons: lower congestion, scalable for urban and dense areas, but requires more planning for repeaters. So can we say Arden mesh networks, anyone? One of the reasons that Arden didn't take off in some areas because people didn't put up enough nodes. This could be considered a drawback in the Meshcore community if people don't want to put up enough repeaters in the area or the repeaters are too far away from one another, okay? So time will tell. I was in Connecticut in March of 2026 for the HamSci event, and Connecticut has an awesome Meshcore network. They've put up a lot of repeaters. It's easy to use. It's spotty. When we were at the college campus, it didn't work. When we were in our hotel, it worked great. When we were at ARRL headquarters, it sort of worked, but not really. So all that means is that more repeaters are needed. Just put up more repeaters and expand the infrastructure, and I'm hoping to see that in this area as well. I heard a couple of people say one time that Meshcore is great in an urban environment, so you're going to put it up in your city, in your county, and kind of get everyone connected together in a localized area. But if you're going out hiking with a group of friends and you're just going to be half a dozen or a dozen of you, something like that, Meshtastic works a little bit better for an ad hoc network because everyone's repeating everything else and on the flooded model. So when we were in Hamcation in February of 2026, there was much more Meshtastic activity there than Meshcore, but there were a couple people there with Meshcore repeaters also, and I think you're going to see more of that as Hamfests go by. So that's the two most popular ones that people have probably heard of the most, Meshtastic, Meshcore. We're going to talk about Reticulum and ATAC here in a second, but today I want to tell you about a brand new sponsor on the channel that's Meshtastic and Meshcore in design. Spec5. Spec5 is a brand new sponsor. I'm happy that they are supporting me and I'm supporting them as well. Company based out of Texas. They have lots of different devices for different applications inside of Meshcore and Meshtastic both. The one that I'm kind of focused on right now is this Trekker Delta right here. And this is a compact off-grid mesh radio with up to 5 days of battery life using a replaceable 18650 cell. It includes a high-gain 10 dBi antenna, a built-in kickstand with belt clip, and it works perfectly with Meshtastic, ATAC, or Meshcore right out of the box. Check out the link in the description below for Spec5. You guys let me know if you use any Spec5 gear. Love to see what you're using out there. I set up that relay station at my Galveston house in January, and it's working great right now. So looking forward to partnering with these guys in the future. Thank you, Spec5. What is Reticulum? I always thought Reticulum was like a satellite system. Apparently not. Reticulum is a modular, secured networking stack protocol for building decentralized meshes over any medium. So it works on LoRa, packet radio, Wi-Fi, all kinds of stuff. It's not a full app, but it's the engine for custom networks. It was created in 2019 by Mark Cuvist. It powers projects like Nomad Network, Sideband Chat. I don't know what sideband chat is, but it's called sideband chat, so I want it. And LoRa meshes. By 2026, was widely used in experimental ham setups for its flexibility. Really? Never heard that. Okay, cool. It's transport agnostic, so it works on LoRa, AX25 packet radio for amateurs. That's cool. And over Ethernet. It has always-on encryption, quantum resistant, but no ham radio mode. The range depends on hardware. LoRa for kilometers focuses based on low bandwidth, high reliability. Tools like Reticulum Network Stack for chat, file transfer, integrates with custom scripts. Pretty much any LoRa modem will work with Reticulum. I got to do some videos about Reticulum, so I'm going to have to do some more research on this and get some stuff set up because I think those will make for interesting videos as well. It's highly customizable for advanced users, but has a steeper learning curve. It's much less plug and play than some of these other ones we're talking about today. All right, so that brings us to ATAC. Again, is an Android Team Awareness Kit. And once again, if anyone's out there that is versed in ATAC and knows more about it than I do, which is pretty much everybody probably, hit me up because I would like to learn more about it. I did find a cool learning course on YouTube and a couple of websites devoted to it that teaches you how to use it. So I'm going to be going through that myself, but, you know, get a little bit more real world experience rather than reading a book. So hit me up if you're familiar with ATAC. But it is a geospatial app for mapping, location sharing, and collaboration. It's not a mesh itself, but it integrates with some of these meshes. It has military origins dating back to the year 2000, civilians version released around 2010, and is popular in the 2020s for ham radio, emergency ops, search, and rescue teams. Key features is real-time mapping. It shares markers, routes, and chats over the network. It integrates plugins for Meshtastic, direct COT data, Reticulum via custom gateways, and potentially Meshcore. So I haven't seen anything on Meshcore with ATAC yet, but I can't imagine that wouldn't be a thing pretty soon. Encryption is configurable, works within ham constraints if you want it to. The range relies on the underlying network, of course, line of sight, height, distance, terrain, and all that kind of stuff. It's Android only, although I think there's one called ATAC that's for iOS, but don't quote me on that. I don't have iOS, so not 100% sure on that. It's a visual powerhouse for teams, requires a mesh backend for off-grid use, and, you know, it's a lot more visual than some of these other, although, you know, there's some Meshtastic stuff and Meshcore stuff that integrates maps as well, but there's a lot more details in the ATAC maps that I've seen. So definitely want to try some ATAC work, add my hunting lease, just because it's kind of away from the city and off-grid. But I'll share right here, I've got a table breakdown that shares all four of these network types, the network model, the ease of use, the ham compatibility, the scalability, the cost, and what each one is best known for. So all of these tools are off-grid communications devices, mostly texting, some location sharing, and all of them are decentralized and don't require any infrastructure to work, which is very ham radio and GMRS radio centric, quite frankly. Okay. So I'd like to know, what mesh are you guys running? Okay, this is going to differ by area. When I set up my Spec 5 relay in Galveston, I put it on Meshtastic and I did a video about it. One guy came in the comments, he's like, well, you're behind the times. Everyone's switched to Meshcore. And I'm like, no, actually, they haven't. There's a lot of places that don't use Meshcore at all. So maybe in his area, they use Meshcore. In Connecticut, where I was in March of 2026, they used both. There was more Meshcore activity in that area than there was Meshtastic, but I found several people on Meshtastic as well. Have yet to see anyone on an airplane on Meshcore. Meshtastic, I've found people in airports and on airplanes using Meshtastic, so it's all good. Check out the links in the description below. Thank you, Spec 5, for sponsoring this video. Let me know what you guys use, which network is working best in your area. What do you want to see about these newer to me, Reticulum and ATAC networks and plugins and whatnot, and what kind of videos can we make in the future. 73 guys, if you enjoyed this video, check out these over here. YouTube thinks you want to watch those next, and we'll catch you next time.